Hi everyone, I'm in Jinja, Uganda, on the shores of Lake Victoria. This is the source of the mighty Nile River, the longest river in the world. Today I'm joining Hiposplay Tours for an unforgettable whitewater rafting experience. We've got our life jackets, helmets, and paddles, and our hearts are pounding with excitement. Before we set off, our guides from Hiposplay Tours gather us for a safety briefing. They go over everything from paddling techniques to what to do if you take an unexpected dip in the river. Safety first, always. But you can tell, they're just as eager as we are to hit those rapids. Their enthusiasm is infectious. They're not just guides, they're storytellers sharing their passion for the Nile. The energy here is electric, the rafts are prepped, the paddles are ready, and the Nile is calling. Are you ready for this? Because I am. Let's do this. The first order of business, suiting up, life jackets, helmets, and paddles in hand. Our guides, with their calm expertise, make sure everyone is properly outfitted. Safety is paramount, but there's a twinkle in their eyes that says, get ready for the time of your life. Now, I'll admit, I'm not usually one for headwear, but there's something about strapping on a helmet that just screams adventure. Finally, the paddles. These are our tools, our weapons against the might of the Nile. They feel surprisingly light in my hands, almost delicate. But I know that with each stroke, we'll be harnessing the power of this ancient river. It's a heady feeling, one that sends a shiver of excitement down my spine. With our gear in place, we gather on the banks of the Nile, a river that has flowed here since the dawn of time. The water rushes past, a symphony of sound and motion, and I can't help but feel a sense of awe. This is the Nile, the lifeblood of Africa, and we're about to become a part of its story. Our guides, ever vigilant, gather us close. They point out landmarks, sharing their knowledge of the river's currents and quirks. They tell us about the rapids that lie ahead, each bend in the river promising a new surge of adrenaline. The sun beats down on us, warm and welcoming, as if urging us to embrace the adventure ahead. I close my eyes for a moment, taking it all in, the sounds, the smells, the energy. The rafts are lined up on the shore, bobbing gently in the water, eager to be set free. They're brightly colored, splashes of red, yellow, and blue against the green backdrop of the riverbank. Each raft is designed to navigate the rapids, sturdy and resilient. Our guides help us into the rafts, ensuring we're seated correctly, our weight balanced. We adjust our life jackets, grip our paddles, and exchange nervous glances. The anticipation is palpable, a tangible force that crackles through the air. With a shout and a laugh, our guides push us off from the shore and we're swept away by the current. The shore recedes, the sounds of civilization fading into the distance. The Nile welcomes us with open arms, its current pulling us gently downstream. The initial moments are deceptively calm, the water a mirror reflecting the azure sky above. Palm trees and lush vegetation line the riverbanks, their emerald hues a stark contrast to the sapphire water. The air is alive with the sounds of nature, the chirping of birds, the rustling of leaves, the gentle lapping of water against the rafts. It's almost peaceful, this initial glide along the Nile. But this tranquility is merely a prelude to the symphony of adventure that awaits. Our guides remind us that the rapids are just around the bend. The gentle rocking of the raft intensifies as we approach the first set of rapids. The water, once placid, transforms into a churning torrent of whitecaps and swirling eddies. The roar of the rapids grows louder, a primal symphony that sets our hearts pounding. The guides issue commands, their voices sharp and clear above the din. Paddle left, paddle right, hold on. The raft bucks and dips, tossed about like a toy boat in a bathtub. Spray kicks up from the churning water, drenching us with its cool embrace. Laughter mingles with shrieks of excitement as we navigate the rapids, our adrenaline levels soaring with each twist and turn. The first taste of whitewater is exhilarating, a potent cocktail of fear and exhilaration that leaves us wanting more. We emerge from the first set of rapids breathless and exhilarated, our faces flushed with excitement. High fives are exchanged, smiles broaden, and we share a collective sense of accomplishment. We faced the rapids and emerged victorious, our spirits soaring with newfound confidence. But the Nile has more in store for us. As we navigate downstream, the rapids become increasingly challenging, testing our limits and pushing us to our edge. The guides, their voices calm and steady, guide us through each twist and turn. We paddle with renewed vigor, our movements becoming more synchronized with each passing rapid. As the journey continues, we fall into a rhythm, a dance between our human strength and the raw power of the Nile. We learn to read the river's subtle cues, to anticipate its every twist and turn. Our movements become more fluid, our paddling more synchronized. We share stories, we laugh, we marvel at the beauty that surrounds us. The Nile, once a formidable adversary, has become our companion, our guide on this unforgettable adventure. Our journey continues, each bend in the river revealing new wonders. But there's a palpable shift in the atmosphere, a tightening of anticipation in the air. Our guide, his voice hushed with respect and a hint of mischief, points ahead. "There she is," he says, "Itumba Rapids. The biggest one yet, Itumba." The name itself sounds like a drumbeat, a primal rhythm echoing in my chest. From a distance, the rapids resemble a liquid staircase, a series of whitewater steps leading up to the unknown. The water churns and boils, a chaotic symphony of motion and sound. Our guide navigates us closer to the edge. The raft dips and sways, a tiny vessel caught in the relentless pull of the current. Paddle hard. Our guide's voice cuts through the roar of the rapids, his command both urgent and exhilarating. We respond instinctively, our paddles biting into the churning water, propelling us forward. The raft tips precariously, balanced on the edge of the first drop. For a split second, time seems to stand still. Then we're plunging downward, a heart-stopping drop that leaves us breathless and weightless. Water crashes over the bow, engulfing us in its cool embrace. Shouts and laughter mingle with the roar of the rapids, a primal chorus of adrenaline and joy. We're tossed from side to side, our bodies buffeted by the relentless force of the water. It's impossible to describe the sensory overload of navigating Itumba Rapids. The roar of the water is deafening, a constant thunder that reverberates through your very bones. Spray stings your eyes, making it difficult to see. But there's beauty in the chaos, a raw, untamed grandeur that takes your breath away. Sunlight filters through the spray, creating shimmering rainbows that dance across the surface of the water. And then, just as suddenly as it began, it's over. A wave of laughter washes over the raft, a spontaneous release of tension and adrenaline. We've done it. We've conquered Itumba Rapids, faced our fears, and emerged victorious. High fives are exchanged, triumphant shouts echo across the water. We're drenched, exhausted, and utterly exhilarated. As we disembark, our legs shaky from the exertion, we can't help but glance back at the rapids, a mixture of awe and respect in our eyes. With Itumba Rapids conquered, the Nile seems to relax its grip, allowing us a moment of respite. The water, no longer a churning torrent, becomes a tranquil mirror reflecting the azure sky above. We drift along at a leisurely pace, the gentle rocking of the raft lulling us into a state of blissful contentment. We take this opportunity to catch our breath, to share stories of our adventure, and to simply soak in the beauty that surrounds us. The rapids, once a formidable challenge, now seem like a distant dream, a test of our mettle that has left us stronger and more connected to this incredible place. As we drift along this calmer stretch of the Nile, it's impossible not to be struck by the sheer beauty of our surroundings. The riverbanks are a tapestry of green, a vibrant canvas painted with every shade imaginable. Lush forests, their canopies teeming with life, give way to open grasslands dotted with colorful wildflowers. We spot monkeys swinging through the trees, their playful antics bringing smiles to our faces. Exotic birds, their plumage a riot of color, flit through the branches, their songs adding to the symphony of nature that surrounds us. The Nile, once a formidable adversary, now reveals itself as a nurturing force, a source of life for this incredible ecosystem. Our guides, their knowledge of the river extending beyond its rapids and currents, point out hidden wonders that we would have otherwise missed. They share stories of the local wildlife, the medicinal properties of certain plants, and the ancient legends that have been passed down through generations. Their passion for this place is infectious, igniting within us a newfound appreciation for the delicate balance of nature. There's a palpable shift in energy as we continue our journey. The initial adrenaline rush of the rapids has given way to a deeper sense of awe and respect for the river. The Nile, we realize, is more than just a body of water. It's a living, breathing entity, a force of nature that has shaped this land and its people for millennia. We pass small villages nestled along the riverbanks, their brightly painted houses a stark contrast to the verdant green of the surrounding landscape. Children, their faces lit up with joy, run alongside the raft, waving enthusiastically. We wave back, our hearts warmed by their innocent enthusiasm. In these moments, we catch a glimpse of the vital role the Nile plays in the lives of the people who live along its banks. It's a source of sustenance, a means of transportation, and a constant presence in their daily lives. The river, we realize, is not just a playground for adventure seekers like ourselves. It's a lifeline, a symbol of life and resilience. The sun begins its descent, casting a warm glow over the river. The sky transforms into a canvas of color, a breathtaking display of orange, pink, and purple hues. The air cools slightly, and a sense of tranquility settles over the group. We've faced the rapids, navigated the currents, and witnessed the raw beauty of the Nile. But more than that, we've connected with something larger than ourselves, something ancient and powerful. The river, we realize, has a way of stripping away pretense, of revealing our vulnerabilities and our strengths. As we paddle towards our final destination, a sense of gratitude washes over me. Gratitude for the opportunity to experience this incredible adventure, for the camaraderie of my fellow rafters, and for the guides who shared their knowledge and passion for the Nile. The Nile has left its mark on us, a permanent reminder of the power of nature and the importance of living life to the fullest. And as I step back onto solid ground, I know that a part of me will always remain on that river, carried along by its currents, forever changed by its spirit. As I stand on solid ground, the setting sun painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, I can't help but feel a sense of accomplishment wash over me. The Nile, once a distant, almost mythical entity, is now a tangible memory, a collection of exhilarating moments etched into my very being. The rhythmic splash of the paddles, the roar of the rapids, the feel of the cool spray against my skin. It's all so vivid, so alive. It wasn't just the adrenaline rush, though that was certainly a highlight. It was the profound sense of connection I felt. Connection with the raw power of nature, the camaraderie of my fellow adventurers, and the deep respect for the river and its people that our guides so passionately shared. It's a feeling that stays with you, that changes your perspective. I look down at my hands, still buzzing with the memory of the paddle, and I realize they're not empty. They're full of the spirit of the Nile, the spirit of adventure, the spirit of life itself. This wasn't just a rafting trip, it was a journey of self-discovery, a reminder that sometimes the most incredible experiences lie just beyond our comfort zone. So, if you ever find yourself yearning for adventure, for a chance to connect with nature's raw power and discover a strength you never knew you had, listen to the call of the Nile. Head to Jinja, Uganda, and let Hiposplay Tours be your guide. Trust me, it's an experience you won't soon forget. This journey down the Nile was more than just a tick on my travel bucket list. It was a powerful reminder that life's greatest adventures often begin with a single step outside our comfort zone. It was a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome challenges and emerge stronger, more resilient, and more connected to the world around us. And it was a profound encounter with the breathtaking beauty and raw power of nature. So go on, embrace the unknown, chase the thrill, and discover the magic that awaits you on the Nile. You won't regret it.